With the advent of Bethesda's announcement for the next Elder Scrolls game, Skyrim, there has been a wealth of information released. However, there's also a lot of speculation out there, which can slip between the factual cracks and distort the truth on this new game. What I'll be doing here is summing up what's fully known, bridge some gaps, and hopefully clear up most of the confusion that exists about the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. The first thing to know is Skyrim is the first game created by Bethesda Softworks since Fallout 3, which was released back in 2008. Despite what many people may think, Bethesda was not responsible for the creation of New Vegas, the Fallout 3 sequel. The second thing to know is how Bethesda has been working on Skyrim in graduated volume since the release of the Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion, which was released back in 2006. This plays a key role in the significant changes that have been made to the game series since Oblivion was released, the primary alteration being the form of technology driving the experience. Bethesda's games, being as large and open as they are, have traditionally had serious technical limitations due to the lack of a game engine geared towards creating such a detailed and cohesive world on such a massive scale. In order to remedy this problem, Bethesda Softworks created a game engine of their own called the Creation Engine. This new program allows for increased graphical fidelity, improvements in the drawing of natural environments, more accurate weather effects, and full shadows. Some of these features were intended to be in Oblivion, but were scrapped due to technical limitations. However, in the Creation Engine, such features are not only attainable, but they can be implemented without inhibiting gameplay. The internally developed Creation Engine marks a new dawn for the games Bethesda produces, removing old restrictions and giving new freedom to the in-house production team. When talking about technological advancements though, it's only the beginning of the list for Skyrim. One of the things Bethesda prides itself on is the ability to basically republish the same game over and over again successfully by simply redesigning it. Back in 2002, Morrowind was a landmark game for many players, for several good reasons. Oblivion delivered the same base experience in 2006, but with significant upgrades in not only graphical quality, but also in user interface and interaction. Skyrim, following in the footsteps of its predecessors, is no different, delivering the same experience, but with enough outward changes and improvements to feel different. A plethora of new technology is implemented in Skyrim to make this possible and enhance the experience, setting it apart from earlier entries in the Elder Scrolls series. One of the ways by which this is achieved is through the improvement of artificial intelligence, which drives the actions of non-player characters, or NPCs. This is where Radiant AI comes in, which was first created for Oblivion back in 2006. The intelligence system returns in Skyrim, but with vast upgrades to what it's capable of keeping track of. Characters will react to players' actions more realistically, basing their reactions to good or bad deeds on things like their personal relationship with the player, or fame or infamy. In addition, NPCs can react to player actions that may not be directed at anyone, such as fighting over or attempting to return items arbitrarily dropped on the ground. These upgrades help to increase gameplay immersion and reduce the chances of being abruptly reminded that Skyrim is still a game. However, as noteworthy as the upgrades to Radiant AI are, the technological improvements don't stop at individual character AI. Another large upgrade Skyrim has in its bag of technological tricks is a brand new quest management system called Radiant Story. This subprogram keeps track of bounds of statistical data regarding how the game is played. Radiant Story then puts the data to use when determining whether or not, or which, random NPCs will step forward with a quest that needs to be done. The system doesn't stop there though. In the case of side missions, as the main missions are unaffected by Radiant Story, the game will proceed to tailor quests to individual playstyle, treating all the necessary elements like cookie-cutter pieces that only need fit limited predetermined requirements. This means that quest elements can vary dramatically, such as what type of dungeon could be involved, whether it's been explored before, what type of enemies populate its halls, and how difficult the opposition will be. All in all, a very large amount of improvement has gone into Skyrim, widening the gap between it and the preceding entries in the Elder Scrolls series on a technical level. Yet, there are more surface-visible changes that have been made. As part of the process of refreshing an old formula to make it feel new, Bethesda has made significant changes to the base role-playing mechanics in order to make Skyrim more accessible and less restrictive. Unlike in earlier titles, where character creation was centric to the beginning of the game, Usually consisting of choosing a race, sex, class, and star sign, Skyrim has been stripped down to almost only designing an avatar. This has been done not only to simplify the game, but also to eliminate the feeling of screwing up during character creation. By making this radical change, a new system was necessary to govern the process of leveling up. Like in prior Elder Scrolls games, performing an action will increase the proficiency of the skill by which the action is governed. For instance, swinging a weapon around will increase the skill governing the use of that weapon. Lighting enemies on fire by throwing flames at them will raise the skill Destruction Magic, and mixing potions will improve the Alchemy skill. Increasing skills in the Elder Scrolls series is what makes leveling up possible, but since there are no dedicated skills that count towards leveling up, like in previous games, Skyrim is geared towards skill specialization. Encouraging specialization in only select skills both safeguards against leveling exploits and creates a less restrictive leveling system. This is first done by making low skill increases count less towards overall character progress, while high skill increases will push up a character's level faster. This means increasing a skill from 25 to 26 will have less influence over a character's level progress than a skill increase of 62 to 63. The second edge of this system are perks. Taking cue from Fallout 3 and its perk system, Skyrim allows for powerful ability-enhancing perks to be chosen upon level up, which further help to encourage gameplay that focuses on using specific skills. Perks can do things like ignore enemy armor, increase chances to score a critical hit, or cause enemies to bleed and lose health over time. By removing the class system and encouraging skill specialization by these means, Bethesda has gone to great strides to make Skyrim a much more accessible game. It's yet to be seen whether or not these changes will work, but seeing as how Bethesda has only made 3 games in the last decade, all of which have earned multiple Game of the Year awards, it's likely they know what they're doing. The amount of new technology and upgrades implemented in the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim are impressive to say the least, especially for Bethesda, who has traditionally licensed third-party tools. Even though a wealth of improvements and upgrades were covered here, keep in mind that only the most prominent game-changing elements were mentioned. There are ultimately far too many changes to cover, and it's very possible the sum of smaller changes will have more impact on gameplay experience than the larger ones. The Elder Scrolls is an evolving series, whose future is never certain. However, with Skyrim on the horizon, the future certainly looks bright. Thanks for watching and listening. This is William Strife for Visage Games and Kerosene Dreams. I'll see you later.